Now, I want to break this out in boxes. Naples outbound. Check everything. Flights, trains, police reports.
Naples outbound. Check everything. Flights, trains, police. Reports are coming in. The Bourne franchise is back in the spotlight. And if you ask me, it's about time. Word on the street is that the 6th installment is in early development, and it's rumored to carry a title that's as quintessentially Bourne as it gets: The Bourne Dilemma. Of course, that could also be the production team poking fun at their actual dilemma, figuring out how to keep this franchise fresh. But here's the million-dollar question: is Matt Damon in or out? Damon hasn't exactly slammed the door on returning as our favorite amnesiac spy. In fact, he sounds intrigued. Recently, he had high praise for Edward Berger, the director reportedly attached to the project. Damon called Berger's All Quiet on the Western Front fantastic and said he'd love to work with him. But let's not kid ourselves, this is Hollywood. Flattery might just be part of the game. Still, Damon's interest feels genuine, and the idea of him teaming up with Berger has fans buzzing. Edward Berger is no lightweight. He's coming off a career high after All Quiet on the Western Front swept the Oscars in 2022. That film was intense, raw, and utterly gripping. If Berger brings even a fraction of that energy to The Bourne Dilemma, fans are in for a treat. Fun fact, Berger is also rumored to be in talks for the next James Bond film. But taking on Bourne and Bond? That might be overkill, even for him. Back in 2002, when The Bourne Identity hit theaters, it was a game-changer. Matt Damon wasn't just some guy dodging bullets, he was Jason Bourne, the amnesiac assassin outsmarting the CIA while trying to uncover his past. The movie's gritty realism set a new standard for action films. Even James Bond felt the pressure to get grittier after Bourne showed up. Damon carried this momentum through 2 more smash hits: The Bourne Supremacy and The Bourne Ultimatum. By the end of Ultimatum, Bourne had recovered his memory, taken down corrupt CIA officials, and walked away from his past. For Damon, this felt like a natural ending. By 2007, he was ready to hang up his Bourne boots. The shoots were grueling, and his character's arc felt complete. Plus, director Paul Greengrass, Damon's partner for the last 2 Bourne films, was also done. Greengrass admitted in an interview that he didn't have a fresh angle for another Bourne story. Damon, ever loyal to his director, decided that if Greengrass wasn't returning, neither was he. But Hollywood doesn't let a blockbuster franchise die, does it? In 2012, The Bourne Legacy hit theaters without Damon. Instead, Jeremy Renner stepped in as Aaron Cross, another operative from the same shadowy program that created Bourne. Renner's character wasn't a replacement for Bourne, but a new angle in the same universe. Damon's Bourne was referenced in photographs and conversations, but he was nowhere to be seen. How did fans react? Let's just say they weren't thrilled. The Bourne Legacy did okay at the box office, raking in $276 million worldwide, but it didn't reach the heights of its predecessors. Critics weren't too kind either, giving it the franchise's first rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes. By 2016, nearly a decade after his supposed farewell, Damon returned for Jason Bourne. Why? For one, Universal Pictures really wanted him back. Conversations with Greengrass reignited Damon's interest. Inspired by modern issues like social media and privacy, Greengrass found a fresh angle for Bourne's story. With his trusted director back in the saddle, Damon couldn't resist. Jason Bourne wasn't a critical darling, but fans were thrilled to see Damon back. Something about his portrayal of Bourne resonates. He's not just a killing machine, but a man trying to reclaim his humanity. Jeremy Renner gave it his all, but let's be real. The franchise is called Jason Bourne for a reason. Damon's absence in The Bourne Legacy was deeply felt, and his return proved that this series lives and dies by its titular character. Now, fans are hoping The Bourne Dilemma brings back the edge that made the early films unforgettable. The franchise has always been a commercial success, grossing over $1.6 billion globally, but the last 2 films left fans a little underwhelmed. The stunts were still top-notch, but something about the magic faded. Maybe it was the plot. Maybe it was Bourne fatigue. Either way, reigniting fan enthusiasm is going to be a tall order, even for someone like Berger. One thing that sets Bourne apart from spy franchises like James Bond or Mission Impossible is its raw, grounded approach. No over-the-top CGI explosions, no high-tech gadgets, just gritty, hand-to-hand combat and edge-of-your-seat chase scenes. That's what made fans fall in love with Bourne in the first place. The hope now? That Berger keeps that spirit alive. But let's not forget another key player, Julia Stiles, as Nikki Parsons. She wasn't just some sidekick. She was the one person Bourne could trust in a world of betrayal and espionage. With rumors swirling about Bourne 6, Stiles recently set the record straight. Spoiler alert, it's not looking good. In an interview, she was blunt. It would have to be some sort of prequel thingy. I don't know. Translation? She's not holding her breath for a comeback. Why? Because if you've seen Jason Bourne, 2016, you know how her story tragically ends. Bringing her back would require serious narrative gymnastics, and the Bourne series isn't exactly fast and furious. Stiles reflected on her time with the franchise, saying it spanned most of her adult life and gave her the chance to travel the world. But the real question remains. Can the Bourne Dilemma revive the franchise? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay sharp, because Bourne's not just a name, it's a legacy.